What started as a fear became a hobby.
I'm talking about sensation.
I'm glad I make you feel that way.
Hey, this has changed my life, and I think it could change yours.
Learning more every day, that's for sure.
Controlled that anger because I got super duper heavy into the Bible. Conversations right off the top of the head, it reminds me of like a freestyle in rap.
Will now start growing agricultural seeds so that they can have enough food.
This is not blaming tactics. We're not blaming anyone. This is problem-solving tactics.
Hey you! Welcome to my channel. I'm glad to have you. In this episode, I have Nick, the founder of Hi-Vibe Super Food Juicery, located in Chicago. For those of you who live in the area, I'll leave a link below. In this episode, we discuss what is to live a healthy lifestyle, what is to consume organic food, the best products that you can have for your daily routine to feed your soul, your body, mentally and physically. I asked so many questions. The time wasn't enough. The quality of the video is not the best. Believe me, we're doing our best to bring you the best content. And we're gonna have progress. We're gonna stay here. If you like what we do, hit the like button. Share it with a friend. Without more further ado, enjoy this episode. Hey Nick!
Hello, Mihail.
I'm glad to have you here, Nick. Thank you for being my guest. Can you start with your background first?
Grew up in south suburbs of Chicago. Moved with my mother and stepfather to Northwest Indiana. Went to high school in Maryville, Indiana. Went to college in Arizona. Went to Arizona State and Northern Arizona in Flagstaff. Studied law. Plan was to go to law school.
Really? You study law?
Yeah. When I got back to Chicago, I began working. I ironworked in all of my like summer and Christmas breaks through college, and then for several years after college. My father has been a union leader in Chicago for a long time. He retired in 2020, but he was president of the Ironworkers Local 1, and then the district council for 30 years, very long time. So that was kind of like family business. So it was a great opportunity for me to like do some real, real man work and make really good money doing it. So it's, I feel blessed to have that background and experience. I got into commercial real estate. So I decided that law was not for me. I was intrigued by real estate. I got into commercial real estate. I did that for a few years in Chicago. Parts of it I loved, parts of it I hated. Mostly the parts that I hated were due to being in an office environment. That was for me. And all along, I had always been into health, healthy cooking, healthy eating, or so I thought. That really evolved and just kept kind of like evolving as I would dabble. I did raw vegan and pescatarian and vegetarian, and and then fast forward a decade or so, and I dabbled with keto, and then living this like kind of raw juice till dinner kind of protocol that I just kind of like naturally gravitated to, and that's worked really well for my wife and I, and now our family, and I'm just constantly trying to get better. And I apply that train of thought to our to Hi-Vibe and our products. I started Hi-Vibe in 2014. It's been a hell of a journey. We've experienced so much. It's been the source of so much growth. A lot of challenges, but those challenges are all opportunities to overcome and grow and become wiser and stronger. And that's I believe what's done for us.
Great. You mentioned Hi-Vibe. You mentioned this brand. But before we go to this brand, what is it called? Juice store?
Well, we refer to we call it a superfood juicery. So a juicery really does it more accurate. A juice bar is, to me, like a juice bar is, some place where they're throwing
fresh squeezed juice, orange.
Yeah, produce through centrifugal juicer, made to order. It's a little less scientific and precise than we are.
So you try pescatarian, vegetarian, raw food. Which one works best for you? What are you now?
Well, that's an interesting question. I honestly I don't love identifying with any of those. I think they're all very limiting. And in a sense, they're all very extreme. What's worked really well for me for the last 5 years or more is this kind of juice till dinner protocol, where morning is a celery juice or a fresh juice of some kind, even if that's like a lemon apple cider vinegar type tonic, like our morning mojo, which is soon to be discontinued. We're replacing it with something else. But basically just vibing on juice, so like starting the day off with raw juice. Next up is our tonic, which tonic for us is a hot matcha or coffee or shaga tea. It's basically like a tea-based drink. We spike ours with a lot of adaptogens, medicinal mushrooms, different superfoods to really level up that experience for the first part of your day. And what we've found is that it really sets your day up for great success. The idea that food, that we need to eat so many calories a day and food is energy, in a sense, I think is BS. Food requires a lot of energy to digest and process for our bodies. So that's why when you're juicing, you feel so good. You're getting all the nutrients, and first of all, organic is like the number one requirement, I would say, when drinking juice.
Which
Raw
it shouldn't.
and organic.
We shouldn't call it organic. It should be just natural. Just the market create these antibiotics and these stimulants that they put into the food, that now we divide normal food with some chemicals that they put into the food and the way that they feed the animals and the way animals live.
Yeah, conventional is the poison, and I don't think there's anything conventional about that, but anyway, raw organic juice, those nutrients, they're high vibrational, hence the name high vibe. They're everything that we consume either raises or lowers our vibrational frequency. And I know that used to sound, I feel like, very woo-woo or, to most people, but I think everyone collectively is kind of like their consciousnesses are rising right now. And I think that people are getting that now. Do you feel that, I think most people can decipher now what low vibrational energy is versus high vibrational energy, and then also connect that to, what you're consuming. And that's not just what we're eating. That's also what you're consuming, television, social media, the people you surround yourselves with. Those are all forms of consumption, and they all have an impact on our vibrational frequency. And energy is contagious. And I set out on a mission to raise the vibe, through food, and also through that interaction that guests have with our team in store. I hope you've noticed, but we've got some exceptionally high vibe personalities in there, representing and serving our community.
You say something pretty awesome. So with the food, we're feeding our soul, not only our self, not only the physical, but mentally as well. So in order to get the good vibe, we should feed ourselves with a good nutrition. And what's your secret ingredient? How did you create this menu? How did you make this happen the way that it all makes sense for you to put them in one bowl? Let's say I'm referring to the acai bowl I eat every day from you and from your stores. How did you make this happen to be a one product? Did you copy it from some other people, or did you try and make mistakes?
I wouldn't say copy. Yeah, I wouldn't say copy, but I did study. I'm very much a student of this kind of like juice space. When I was, I started off as just like this ultimate consumer of these products. And at that time, back in probably 2012, the juice space was very new. It was like this booming golden age of juice companies. And I was taking trips around the country to, well, I guess that came later. But anyway, I went to school in Arizona, so I have friends in Vegas, California, Scottsdale, all over parts of the Southwest, and juicing had become part of my daily routine, like a non-negotiable part of my daily routine. The way that it would kind of fix whatever damage I may have done the night before, whether that was from maybe not the greatest food choices or overindulging in alcohol or other substances. The way that a fresh organic raw juice made me feel in the morning was like boom. It just lit me up. And so when I would travel, I was visiting friends all over, and I would seek out what's the best juice spot in town. And in doing this, I was exposed to a lot of different brands, and I was really intrigued by the space. I love that juice companies, like, they were all independent, and they were all unique. Like, they were all whatever the vision of the founder was, that's what this place was. And I loved it. I love the way that it made me feel. I love the raw foods. I love the creativity aspect of it, I think, now in hindsight. And it just got the wheels turning, because I'd be at these places, I'd spend all of my money on raw food and raw juice, and then I'd come back home to Chicago, and we didn't really have any places like that. There was like one juice bar, but it wasn't organic, which, if you're not organic in this space, you're shit, in my opinion. And I could support that opinion if you'd like. Would you like me to go into that?
Please.
Why organic right there?
Please.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the magic of juice is because it's so bioavailable, which means like it's so easy for your body to absorb and process and reap the benefits of these nutrients, right? It's like these nutrients are infused right into your bloodstream. Well, apply that logic and train of thought to something that's got glyphosate or chemical pesticides or genetically modified ingredients, and it's straight into your bloodstream. There's an argument that maybe that's the worst form of anything, anything that's not organic. You're consuming anything that's not organic in your body,
So your theory is you should not consume anything which isn't organic.
Yes.
Period.
But especially raw juice, especially juice, because it's so easily and readily absorbed into your bloodstream.
Okay.
Makes sense?
It makes totally sense. When I came first time in America, I started grocery store in Walmart's, and I was like, damn, just $1 for 12 eggs or $5 for a pound of chicken, and I'm like, I can live a normal life which I cannot live in Bulgaria with a minimum job and requirements here. But going down the rabbit hole to the organic food and the whole foods and all these different ingredients and different type of food you can buy, my budget for a daily spending, like just to feed myself, it went up like 10 times, just because I have to buy better type of ingredients, better type of food. I stopped going to Walmart to buy some grocery store food, and I replace it with better chains. Where do you buy your ingredients from? Where do you find a good
For
ingredients for Hi-Vibe for your store?
For Hi-Vibe, all over. We've got a main produce distributor supplier that we use. That's, back in the day, we had a few, and I spent a lot of time chasing around ingredients, like, oh, they don't have organic cucumbers in the dead of winter, so I'm driving to Whole Foods and calling around different places. But now, it took some time, but now they do a really great job of keeping everything in stock that we need. Some of the more specialized ingredients we get direct from the producers. That's a part of the job I love. I love the sourcing side of it. Like, my primary question, I learned this in some Tony Robbins workshops. Everyone's got a primary question, right? Like, what drives you? Mine was very easily identified as, how do I make it better? That's just like how I That's just how my brain works, especially when we're talking about my business. So, you know, I love to kind of hunt down the best of the best and just figure it out from there. You know, how we make it work in our operation. And I like potent serving sizes or dosages of these different ingredients. I want our guests to feel what they're consuming. I want them to feel the difference, feel the impact. So I'm not a fan of just sprinkling, you know, some fairy dust of something in there just so I can put it on a label.
And for those of you guys who listen and you haven't checked his store, please, and you're from Chicago, please go to his Kinsey location in River North or in his other location in Lakeview, right?
Yes, correct.
Check his products. The reason Nick is in my show is just because his products are great, and that's why I'm attracting that type of people to be around me, and I wanted you to hear directly from the source. So what about franchise, Nick? What's the next step? What about the people who are not from Chicago? How they can feel that vibe?
Yeah, well, I'm working on that. We're working on that, and out of necessity, to be honest, the brick and mortar retail landscape has changed dramatically over the last 8 years, but especially over the last 2 years. But we're working on that. Franchise is not something I'm ruling out, but it's I'm not sure that I'm completely like in love or sold on the model for us. But we'll see. I mean, I'd love to, it just seems like it's a very complex operation. So, you know, the idea of teaching a franchisee everything and shepherding them for like one-off locations seems a bit unsustainable, or at least like less than ideal. But you know, whatever I need to do to get Hi-Vibe to make our products available to a wider audience, we're gonna pursue. But the next thing up is shipping. We're going to begin shipping our cleanses regionally. So probably like roughly within a state of Chicago, and then go from there. But our cleanse programs have really become the centerpiece of everything we're doing, and the results, it's just the most impactful from every angle. You know, I love, you know, providing 100% of what one of our clients is going to consume for 3 or 4 days, and knowing that it's going to have a profound impact on their life, or at least should have a profound impact on their life. The results we see are, you know, they lose anywhere from 5 to 12, 13 pounds in 4 days, 3-4 days. That's like a game changer, you know. But the weight is really the most quantifiable. But I would say like the most impact is more so like how you feel, your energy, your focus, your mindset. You're in a better, more optimistic state of mind. You're radiating positive energy, and like we said, that's very contagious to those around you. It's inspiring to those around you, and resets your relationship with food. You realize, like, dude, I don't need to be grazing all day. It's like, you know, those few seconds of mouth pleasure, that dopamine hit that we get from food all day long. It's not the way it's supposed to be. You know, like, there's a reason why the food pyramid is almost exactly inverted, you know, and this idea of so many meals a day, it's all, to me, it's noise, you know. I think my commitment to juicing and I guess like the evolving of my diet has also seemed to have shepherded or sparked this I guess like raising of like my consciousness as well, you know. And like, you know, just as recent as like a few years ago, like I didn't really even know what consciousness meant, you know, what it was. And now I see that there's definitely there's a reason why every civilization dating back thousands of years has practiced fasting as a regular occurrence throughout their calendar year. And because you're removing these things that food in some way obstructs our connection with God or with Source or whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it, but it's there and it's really obvious now. And when you're fasting or you're cleansing, you get dialed in and tuned in on a level that you cannot otherwise. If you're into meditating, when you meditate, when you're fasting or you're cleansing, that's when the mystical experiences are happening.
I totally agree with everything you say, Nick. I am consumer of your products. For 1 month down the road, I lost around 10 to 15 pounds without cleansing, just consuming your products and feeling the lightness of my body and how high energy I have and how I feel great, and I don't need to look bulky. I don't need to be full with sodium and just have water in my body. I just felt enough with myself and I felt great. And everybody's like, you look skinny. No, I look great. Thank you for noticing. You want to do that the same way? Recommend that product. I recommend to everyone. When I go to your shop, I'm trying to post my stories just because they're great. The products are great. And that's how I found you. Through other people that I follow and admire. Product by product. Yeah. And what's the secret ingredient? I see you use mycelium, you use reishi, use type of mushrooms. Tell me your thoughts about it.
I've got a lot of favorites. It depends on, you got to get a little bit more specific. Like my favorite ingredients for, call it man vibes, like that testosterone hormonal kind of boost. I would say pine pollen and maca. When it comes to, if you want to say one ingredient that's like the panacea, it's the everything, I would say shaga. Shaga. We source it from these guys in northern Alaska. They wild forage shaga. And northern Alaska, like shaga, you could get it up here. I'm in northern Michigan. You can get shaga here. And I'm sure it's of great quality also. But the stuff that's coming from northern Alaska is growing in like temperatures as low as 40 below zero. And any organism that can grow and thrive in that harsh temperatures has got some magic to it. So, and it is like, when studied, they test the ORAC levels, which is the antioxidant levels. The stuff coming from northern Alaska is like off the charts. It's like the highest, I think, recorded in any antioxidant content. So, but shaga tea is great. It's got a lot of like hard to come by minerals in it, the compounds. Melanin is great. Melanin's something it's not in many things, and it seems to have like a protective. It protects our cell, our DNA, from free radicals, but also from like electromagnetic radiation, which we are all being bombarded with right now. So shaga tea, it's great for reducing stress, high antioxidant, it's very mild, it's caffeine free, it could be a coffee substitute, it could be the base of your acai bowl, your smoothie, which is how we do it. You see on our menu, we sneak in everywhere we can. We sell a royal perp drink, which is a traditional elderberry syrup that we level up with some camu, which is a great source of vitamin C, and we mix the elderberry syrup into our shaga tea, and that's our royal perp. So, but shaga is a great one, especially this time of year. I think in the colder weather in the winter, it seems like very seasonally appropriate.
I can listen to you all day, and I have so many questions to ask. I know your time is limited, and the way that the podcast is set up today isn't the greatest. We had difficulties recording this episode. I may have to learn more about how to be online instead of having guests in my studio. So I don't want to waste much of your time, and I'm gonna try right now with whatever we talk today to set it up and make an episode. But I would love to have you another episode. You know what I thought? Just a live in Instagram would be great. Just
Yeah, I'm down with that.
We don't need to record it, edit it. Let's the guests and the listeners ask their questions. Why should I be the host? Let them lead the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay with you?
That makes sense to me. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Awesome. I know we are not done with the conversation, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is for the next time. Appreciate you, Nick, for your time and for being so patient with my skills, the way that I have to do technology nowadays.
Hey man, it's all good. Yeah, it's authenticity trumps everything else. So
Appreciate you. I'm gonna spread the word of your products and hope to see you in person someday, one day.
all right, sounds great. Thanks, Mihail.
Thank you, Nick.